Sometimes it's not the strongest or the fastest who succeed, but the one who refuses to quit, one small step at a time. In a quiet and serene Chinese village, there stood a mountain that seemed to touch the clouds. It was called Heaven Peak. For generations, the villagers had gazed at its towering summit and dreamed of building a temple there, a place where their prayers could rise unhindered to the sky, where hopes and wishes could meet the heavens themselves. But the path to the top was treacherous. The slopes were steep, the rocks loose, and the wind howled like a wild spirit. Many had tried to climb it and returned exhausted, some never returning at all. One day, the village elders gathered everyone in the central square and made an announcement. Whoever can build a staircase to the top of Heaven Peak will not only honor themselves, but honor all of us. The temple will stand, and your name will be remembered forever. Excitement buzzed through the village like a current of electricity. Young and old alike whispered, dreaming of who might take up such a challenge. Wee, a young man known across the village for his strength and energy, was the first to step forward. His arms were muscular, his voice carried like a drumbeat, and his confidence radiated in every movement. "I will climb faster than anyone and build the stairs in record time," he proclaimed. The villagers cheered. Surely, they thought, Wee's power and determination would be enough to succeed where others would fail. Then, from the back of the crowd, a quiet figure emerged. It was an old widow named Lin. Her hair was silver, her back bent from years of labor, and her hands shook with age. The villagers laughed, whispering among themselves, "Grandmother Lin, you can barely carry water from the well. How will you climb a mountain, let alone build a staircase to the heavens?" Lin, however, only smiled and spoke softly, her voice calm but firm. "I will carry 1 stone a day." The villagers shook their heads in disbelief. Some continued to laugh, some merely shook their heads. But Lin began her work quietly and with unwavering determination. Wee began immediately. Each morning, he hauled massive stones up the mountain, placing them with force and speed. He shouted proudly as he worked, his energy impressive and inspiring. Villagers came to watch him, cheering for his strength. The staircase began to take shape rapidly, and at first it seemed certain that Wee would achieve the impossible before anyone else. Meanwhile, Lin moved at a pace almost imperceptible in comparison. Each day, she tied a single small stone into her cloth, climbed the steep path, slowly, carefully, and laid it down. Her progress was almost invisible. 1 stone a day, such a simple, quiet act. Many ignored her, some even mocked her. But she continued, undeterred. Days turned into weeks. Wee's staircase grew quickly, towering above the path. But soon, fatigue set in. Some mornings he overslept, exhausted from the previous day's labor. On other days he would mutter, "I will do twice as much tomorrow," only to find the next day even harder than the last. Gradually, the massive stones he had collected began to pile up at the foot of the mountain, abandoned. Lin, however, never stopped. Through summer's scorching heat, autumn's gusting winds, winter's biting cold and snow, and spring's relentless rain, she carried her single stone. Her legs trembled, her back ached, but every day she whispered to herself, "Just 1 more stone, 1 stone today." Months passed, then years. The villagers often walked past the mountain, sometimes glancing up with doubt, wondering if Lin's small efforts would ever amount to anything. Meanwhile, Wee's pride had faded, his initial bursts of strength replaced by exhaustion and frustration. Then, one bright morning, a sound unlike any other echoed through the valley, a bell ringing clearly from the mountaintop. The villagers rushed out, shielding their eyes against the sun, and looked up. Their jaws dropped. A complete staircase now led all the way to the temple at Heaven Peak, each stone perfectly in place, forming a path sturdy and true. And it was Lin's work. The woman they had doubted, laughed at, and overlooked had built the path to the heavens, stone by stone, day by day. The villagers bowed in awe and respect. We stood among them, silent, a knot of realization tightening in his chest. The truth hit him harder than any stone he had ever lifted. Talent without consistency is like thunder without rain. It makes noise, creates excitement, but it cannot nourish the earth or build a lasting path. From that day forward, the staircase was called the Path of Patience. Travelers from distant villages came to walk it, inspired by the story of the old widow who had shown the power of steady, consistent effort. They marveled at how small actions, repeated without fail, could overcome what seemed impossible. The story of Lin became a lesson for generations. Bursts of strength and moments of brilliance are fleeting. The real power lies in patience, persistence, and daily dedication. One stone today, one stone tomorrow. Slowly, inevitably, a mountain of success is built, not through speed or raw talent, but through unwavering consistency. And so, the villagers would often say, "Carry your stone today, carry another tomorrow. And one day, you too will stand at the top of your own mountain, tracing the path your perseverance has made." Consistency always triumphs over talent. Patience always builds what pride and speed cannot. And the quiet, persistent efforts of a determined heart are the true highway to heaven. So remember, bursts of greatness alone do not build dreams. Even the smallest effort, repeated consistently, creates miracles. Carry your stone today, carry another tomorrow, and one day, you too will stand atop your own mountain, tracing the path your perseverance has made. Consistency always triumphs over talent.